Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Moses Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Coming soon, Missing 2, Double Suspense, Double the Fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by a sweet psalm, special Raina Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 exquisite paintings and King David Psalms. Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Psalmist Raina Wagner, and check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. 50 podcast platforms, over 110 countries. Follow us on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, BitChute, Rumble, YouTube, and more. We're here with the amazing self-employed author, writer, producer, and co-host of New Jersey Discover TV and audio media production company to talk about that. Graduated from Rutgers University in a College of Pharmacy, 25-year career in sales, and on an advisory board on Women's Health Institute at Rutgers, and also appeared on One True Thing and War of the Worlds. And he's got a new book out which traces the contours of one man's life or his journey to spirit across 7 decades. The book is called There's a Tortoise in My Hair, A Journey to Spirit, live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New Jersey. The amazing self-employed author, writer, producer, and also a co-host of a wonderful podcast. And the book, There's a Tortoise in My Hair, the multi-talent, Calvin Schwartz. Calvin, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, the three things. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's great to be back with you, Mike. Truly. And we just got talking. You're in one of the great places in America, and it was on top of my bucket list. We were going to do this, and I just found out over the weekend that friends who we were going to travel cross country with, they decided to go move to Florida. And so our little dream has been back pocketed for a while. But anyway, I'm thrilled to be with you and get a chance to share some stuff and also talk about your country out there, because I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're welcome to come on anytime, Calvin, and love to have you on board too. So you're a self-employed author, writer, producer. You co-host in New Jersey Discover TV and also have a media production company. You graduated from Rutgers University, College of Pharmacy. You have a 25 career in sales and also an advisory board on Women's Health Institute at Rutgers Medical School. And also you appeared on One True Thing and War of the Worlds. You have a new book, traces the contours of one man's life or his journey to spirit across 7 decades. The book is called There's a Tortoise in My Hair, not in my soup. It's also in my hair. Before getting all that, Calvin, tell us how you first got started.
So I went to Rutgers University College of Pharmacy. I don't mind dating myself, in the 60s. So you can do the math as I approach octogenarian status in another 2 months. But I went to Rutgers, studied pharmacy, graduated. Never liked it. Never liked science, never liked physics, never liked chemistry. But I got pushed into it by my mom, and I did it for 12 years. And because I'm a spiritual guy, this says Journey to Spirit, one day, 1981, I awoke and I said to my poor wife out there, I said, I got to quit my profession. She said, what do you mean? We just got married. What do you mean you're quitting? We bought a house, we got married. This is 1981. I said, I can't do this anymore. She said, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. So I quit. And just at that second, and I had no idea, Mike, what I was going to do with my life, because my whole life was pharmacy school. There was a local playhouse, and they were having tryouts for a play called Frankenstein, The Frankenstein. And I'm 6'5". You can't tell because I'm sitting down, but I'm 6'5". And I said to my wife, that's it, divine intervention. I quit my profession. Now they're looking for a guy to play Frankenstein. I said, I'm going. So, my wife and I, we drove up. She wasn't thrilled about it, and I auditioned for the part of the creature. That was 1981. I'm still waiting to hear if I got the part. I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't get the part. So I sat home for 6 months, and I was getting caught up on General Hospital and One Life to Live, all the soap operas, and my wife's teaching, and I'm having a grand old time watching soap operas, The Rockford Files at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorite shows back in the day. Good old James Garner and his beloved Firebird. That's right.
Love it, love it, love it. Loved him. Love everything that he's done. I mean, one of my favorite movies, The Americanization of Emily. He plays, this dog robber in I guess it was the army. Dog robbers used to get generals, bottles of cognac and everything else they could want during the war, and he was so good at that. But anyway, then I had a relative come to me and say, Calvin, your wife's working, your marriage is kind of falling apart. You got to do something. I'll get you a job selling eyeglasses. So
Okay.
I never sold anything in my life, no, nothing. And I didn't want to do it, but it was a matter of survival. So I took a job selling eyeglasses, and there was a little spark. Gee, I like talking to people. I never did. And I like talking to people. And within a year and a half, I got a job working for the biggest eyewear company in the world. Actually, when I started with them, they were small. They're called Luxottica Group, Luxottica. They own LensCrafters and Pearl and Ray-Ban and everything in the eyeglass business. And I started working with them. Within a year, I was number one in the country. Got a job
Oh,
as
wow. Okay.
number one in the country. Became regional manager, and I stayed there 25 years.
Oh, my goodness. That is a long time. Truly amazing.
Long time. Loved. I took 50 courses in how to sell, because everything in life is a sale. If you think about it, you're with four friends, and one guy wants to go for Asian, and somebody wants to go for Thai food and deli and Italian, and whoever wins makes the sale where you wind up going. But anyway, I learned an awful lot there, and I probably would have retired from there, except the big part of my life, because I'm so spiritual. I watched Casablanca 20 years ago.
Hmm.
I think we talked about that. Love Casablanca, and watch Casablanca, and at the end of the movie, Bogart shoots the bad guy, and then Claude Rains picks up a bottle of Vichy water, which is like French Perrier. Kind of looks like that.
Oh,
Uh,
yes, that's right. You got a book by the same name, Fishy Water.
that's right. So Claude Rains, the great character actor, sees the word Vichy in it. Anything in 1942 that had Vichy in it meant you were like conspiring with the Germans. So he throws it in the garbage. The second it hits the garbage, I grab my head just like this, and I yell, "Oh my God!" Like Fred Sanford. Remember Fred Sanford? Hey,
I
I'm
remember.
coming,
Yes.
Elizabeth. I'm
Oh,
coming.
yes.
Yes. So that was a novel was in my head. Never wrote anything in my life. Never took English because everything was science. And I came down here, sat in this chair, and in 5 years, this got published. Vichy Water.
Fishy Water. That's right. Yes. And a little bit about the book as well, too.
Yeah, it's a coming of age story. Two characters sitting on a little bench. It's a coming of age story. Two boys, different backgrounds, really different backgrounds, become best friends, and it's a story of their friendship and their journey through life. The most important thing for me, and maybe your audience, is I always believed that somebody up there, and that's why I wrote my second book. Somebody up there put this into my head, because I never wrote anything before.
Uh,
And I went on, and finally, after 10 years of figuring out who, why, where, when, who put this into my head, I finally found the reason. It would take hours to explain. Actually, it was a woman in Minnesota, a poet, who kind of helped me figure it out. When I figured it out, I panicked, because it was my grandfather who put this novel into my head. And this became a vehicle to me, because Mike, I retired from Luxottica, and all of a sudden, overnight, I became a journalist, a novelist, another novelist, became a broadcaster, had a cable TV talk show, started to teach at Rutgers. It was all because of this. This became a vehicle for me to change my life. And I found out this spirit in my life is my grandfather. And I panicked, because I didn't know if I even had a picture of him, because my mom and dad were gone. So I jumped up, ran back there, got a picture, and here's the picture, which started me on the road to a spiritual awareness. So here's the picture. That's my grandfather, 1902, Newark, New Jersey. And you see
oh,
what's on
wow. Okay.
that bottle of water?
Oh, he's the one in the middle. I see it.
Yeah, yeah. That no, he's by my finger, but that on that table in 1902 in Newark is that bottle of water that he implanted in my vision through the mysteries of life. And
Oh
that,
my gosh.
yeah, yeah. I mean, powerful stuff. And that then began my journey, uh, spiritual stuff. I mean, I was doing things that I would have never dreamt that I was doing. I mean, teaching at Rutgers, are you kidding me? I never taught anything in my life before. Now I'm teaching at a major university. I mean, all these things and co-hosting, a cable TV talk show, bringing in, we brought in some pretty cool people. We brought in Gilbert Gottfried, and we have Tim Wright, whose locker at the New England Patriots was next to Tom Brady. Uh, Never interviewed any hockey guys. It is what it is. But I played water polo against a couple of Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, there you go. They're just as good, I'll tell you.
Yes, I know you're a hockey guy. It was 76. I was down in the Caribbean right after hockey season, and I was at a place called Club Med, and guy and a lot of hockey players who were single used to go to Club Med. It's a big singles place. I was there. I had just gotten divorced, and I was there, and there was Rick Chartreur from the Canadians and Glenn Goldup, solid players, and we played some water polo and do a little friendship began. Um, but so that's been my interesting journey, and I had to tell the story spiritually because there's just interesting things out there that I think we all have it, and I just was kind of lucky because I had this antenna that was kind of up there, and here I am. You
hmm
know,
and you're certainly amazing as well too. And we'll get into there's a tortoise in my hair, a journey to spirit with Calvin Schwartz in just a minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at SoundCloudStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon, paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has got great reviews, and Eve Levin enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, including 30 exquisite paintings and King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives a new perspective of David through the Psalms he wrote as the time of shepherd started and complicate yet turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, 50 podcast platforms, heard in 110 countries. Check us on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and more. And take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here to make some self-employed author, writer, producer, and co-host of New Jersey Discover TV, and also a host of a podcast, Calvin Schwartz with There's a Tortoise in My Hair here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's get started. First of all, how'd you come up with that name?
Well, I knew the kind of character I wanted to portray. I wanted to portray actually somebody kind of like me, who took many, many years to kind of grow and develop. I was slow, and it took me in either in 8th or 9th grade till I finally learned how to tie my shoes. I mean, I was just slow, and I didn't have great dexterity. So I wanted to create a character similar to me. And my father was a great athlete, one of the better basketball players in New Jersey back in the 20s. He was really good. I guess I wasn't a great athlete and sports inclined, even though I became one, but I wasn't. So the character is similar to me, not me, but similar. So how do I represent? And so I imagined my character's father in the book, so looking at me and not being able to walk or tie shoes. I couldn't walk. You know, a lot of kids walk at 1 year old. I was not even close. So I made up the title. There's a tortoise in my hair to kind of as a metaphor for my being slow to develop academically, socially, the whole thing. And that's where the title came in. And actually, it's kind of cute title because tortoise and the hare and that race, and the tortoise wins the race. Uh,
Hmm.
and so that's how I came up with the title.
That certainly is as well too, and it's based on a small child growing up about Cameron Simmons being haunted, beginning, and of course, you also had like constant threats of Vietnam draft, and also federal relationships and more chemical dependency, and it's also starting from that time and working away, but then it also gets better in the end. So kind of a bit early part as well too, with having like a start on that and constant threat Vietnam draft and federal relationships and more.
Yeah, it was a hard time. I mean, there's always hard times, growing up. Growing up in the 60s was a hard time because we had Vietnam. We had civil rights was exploding. Women's lib was coming into being.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we had, and although quite similar, Democrats and Republicans, it was as polarized then as it is now. Nothing's changed that way. But for me as a young guy, it's hard. It's a hard it's a hard rain, as Bob Dylan saying. It was a hard rain growing up. And so these are all the ingredients, that were inside of me, growing up. And there was always something. There was always something nagging at me. I was so undecided. What about the war? And of course, I was kind of lucky because I was in school and I transferred from Toledo University to Rutgers, and pharmacy is a 5 year curriculum. And when I transferred, I lost a year, so I was in school for
Mm-hmm.
6 years. So I had a student deferment. I didn't have to deal with that. Nevertheless, it's there. It's there, and those things eat away at me, and it ate away at my character. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, I've had a first marriage, and funny story, funny story. Just improvise. The night my first wife and I, before we got married, we used to fight about everything. She wanted to go to a diner. I wanted to go for Italian food. We fought about everything. Everything. I wanted to go see a Midnight Cowboy, great movie, great movie, won Best Picture of the year. She wanted to go see, Sound of Music. So there was no. So the night before we got married, we were in my mom's house, and we had a fight, some stupid fight, over. I mean, it was stupid. And she got hysterical crying, ran into my mother's bathroom off the kitchen, and she cried. Then she left the house and she slammed the door, and it was like midnight. We get married the next day,
Oh
and
my
and
gosh.
yeah, and I hoped and I prayed that my mom and dad were sleeping. They didn't hear anything because it was like midnight, and I didn't hear anything upstairs. So I figured it's okay. My mom especially didn't hear it, and so my fiance, stormed out of the house and ran out. And I take a deep breath and say, thank goodness that my mom didn't hear it. And all of a sudden, my mom comes in from the dining room. She had heard the whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
And the
Wow.
tears were dripping down her face. Crying starts. She said, Calvin, you can't marry this girl tomorrow. You just can't. I said, Ma, we're getting married tomorrow. Everything will be fine. She said, Calvin, I'm a mother. and mothers know